Brodes Media.
Joel Embiid is a major issue, and now it is time, if you are the 76ers, to really wonder, no, we're not wondering anymore. It's time to put your testicles on the table and make a massive franchise-changing move and get Joel Embiid out of this town. In what universe does TYRESE Maxey, the young 20-year-old kid, have to stare at him in the eyes and say, wake the fuck up? This dude can't show up on time. This guy can't show up on time. That's the easy thing. The easy thing to do is be there for your teammates. The easy thing to do as a leader is to be there. The hard part is to put in the work, to pay attention to the details, to really put all your effort in when you're on the floor. That's the difficult part. We can't even get over step one, which is show up when you're supposed to show up. How will you ever lead a franchise if we can't even get through what should be the most basic part of this whole thing? Show up for the guy next to you. Joel said two things postgame. Two. One, we had a meeting? Oh, yeah, that's a real mature way to respond to getting called out by the rest of your crew. So that's a slap in the face. If I'm a teammate and I hear that, that's taking no accountability. Be like, yeah, you know what? There were things said in there, and obviously we're going to keep that in-house. But what was said in there, I truly think is important. Not only was it we had a meeting, it was Jimmy Butler's the best player in the NBA. Something along those lines. Jimmy Butler, what a great guy. What a great player. What a great teammate. After you get roasted, after you get obliterated by the ones that tie up the shoes next to you, you start praising Jimmy, who's no longer here. Which the ironic part is, Jimmy Butler is known to do exactly what TYRESE Maxey did, if not probably 50,000 times more aggressive. So he loves Jimmy, yet when Maxey tries to hold you accountable, you start to play this nonsense with the public. It's a bad look. I thought the Olympics was supposed to be something that could help Joel Embiid mature. Being around real pros, being around winners. Did LeBron James show up an hour and a half late? Did all those guys for Team USA decide to half-ass it and lollygag their way to all the meetings and all the little pre-Olympic stuff? I doubt it. I doubt it. So now I'm starting to wonder, all that time spent with James Harden, what'd he learn? Strip clubs are fun? What'd he learn? Basketball should be 7th on the list of importance? It's definitely not number 1. Yesterday, I was truly convinced that Joel Embiid just doesn't have it anymore because the wear and tear on his knees just became a reality. That this is him healthy. Joel Embiid healthy now, can't play. Now, I don't think he cares to play. Now, I think he truly is half-assing it. I'll go through the motions. I'll collect my paycheck. I got an extension. Oh, that extension. What a slap in the face to Sixers fans now. This isn't new, right? This isn't all of a sudden Joel Embiid is starting to act this way. This had to have been happening for quite some time, I'd imagine. So that means the Sixers, knowing this is what Joel Embiid does, the ownership made a business decision to lock him in longer. I want nothing to do with the Joel Embiid experience anymore. And that's hard for me to say. I I was always a believer in that raw, natural ability. But this is ludicrous. It is so disrespectful to us, to his teammates, to everybody involved. And I thought Joel Embiid was better than that. I did. Yes, there were haters that didn't like the fact that a 7'2" big man is taking jump shots or taking three-pointers and all that. But there's a difference between this low. Like, this is low. This is punching someone in the balls. You could debate how he plays. You could debate meeting jump shooter, his size, lack of rebounding. You could debate that. This is different. This is flipping everyone in this town off. I don't care. Go fuck yourself. And once you hit that point, I don't know if you can return. See, now with Joel, it's us versus you. And reality is, you never win that matchup. Never. Tell me the last time taking on the city of Philadelphia and their fan base panned out. All right, so this is what was mentioned in the Shams piece on ESPN. Embiid accepted the message, but he is sometimes confused about what the Sixers want to do on the floor. What? Here's a crazy concept. Show up, learn, absorb, apply. If you're there when you're supposed to be there, you probably won't be confused. They're probably going over details and they're probably focusing on things they want to do, but you're not even available to consume it. How do you not recognize that? Embiid's confused. Dude, let's be honest. The whole operation, it's about you. So that means you're not putting in the time. It's not rocket science. It's always been built around, and it's been about Joel Hans Embiid. So if he's confused on what they're trying to do, it's because you're not putting in the effort to learn it. You're not there on time to even absorb that info. Like, that's crazy to me. You don't want to win? All this talk about you wanting to win? Shove it up the rear end, dude. Because nobody who actually feels that way would ever in a billion years go through the motions. If it mattered to you, there's nothing else outside of family stuff and serious in-life, real-life stuff that would change you being available for whatever it is that's important to you, right? Like, I love sports talk radio. Love. I'm addicted. I'm obsessed. I think about it every day. When I have certain things that I have to do to make sure I improve at my craft, if I have a meeting at 11, I'm there at 10 a.m. waiting in my car and then walking in a half hour early. I might even get there at 9:45, 9:30 if a meeting's at 11. I don't want to be late because it's that important to me. I have a radio show that starts at 10 p.m. I may get to the studio around 8. I'll sit down, I'll listen to audio, I'll put my show together, I'll plan, I'll prep. Come on. I mean, it's simple. If it matters, you will. If you want to be great, you will do everything to be great. And maybe he had that hunger early. And then the Olympics, which we thought could be a positive being around those guys, maybe that was sort of the sounding the alarms, or not sounding the alarms, but it's him getting, I made it. I'm here now. Look, I got a stall next to LeBron. I'm good. I don't have to bring energy anymore. I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. I don't need to prepare. I don't have to learn. I'm good. I'm a gold medalist. I'm on Team USA. Maybe it hurt him big time. But I just can't get over the fact that he claimed to be confused on what the Sixers even want to do. Dude, you are supposed to be the star of the team. It's pretty simple. Things go through you. So if you're not understanding, there's a disconnect between you, and everything else. But if you apply yourself, that should be able to get cleaned up. The coach, the teammates, they can only do so much. If you're not willing, then they can beg you all you want. And you know what? I brought up a hypothetical in last night's show, and I thought it was a far stretch to the point where I didn't even want to bring it up because it sounded silly. But I mentioned how I always want to throw everything on the table, and then we can figure out and filter through the BS and then what's true, right? And this one felt so not real, but I at least wanted to just throw it out there. And it was, could it be possible that Embiid with this illness thinks, I don't really want to play. I don't want to play. And then Nick's like, dude, you got to play. What do you mean? You got to play. And I'm like, come on, what are the odds we have to beg Joel Embiid to even want to play? Pretty high now. You know what? High. What are the odds? High odds. High odds. He gets downgraded to doubtful. Nick goes, what the hell are we doing here? This is a disgrace. So a lot of this turmoil is all because of the Joel Embiid experience. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that said, I said this 10 years ago. I said this 8 years ago. I don't think it was like this always. I don't. I think once he started to get more established in the league, obviously, he felt entitled and felt a certain type of way. And that's how a lot of NBA stars do feel. They feel entitled to a degree. But I would imagine this is recent-ish. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't care to hear about how 7 years ago. No, sorry. 7 years ago, right now, we're on two different stages. We're in a different stage. You got to make a change, though. You got to make a change. A serious franchise-changing change. TYRESE Maxey is in his young 20s, and this man had his head on straight big time. And you get that combination with Jared McCain, you got to figure out a way. You got to figure out a way. And before you say you can't do this, you can't do that, you can always do something at some point. Something at some point can be done. Ben Simmons can't shoot a basketball. No one's ever going to want him. He gave up on his team. Ben Simmons moved. James Harden moved. Guys get moved. Guys get traded. From the technicality of a contract standpoint, we'll talk about it all throughout the future here.